Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm not sure what our connection is like at this time. I'm sorry I'm a bit late. I was trying to get this operational and it seems that the settings have all changed on me. So it's taken a few minutes to get on top of it all. Hello, 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 and welcome. Hopefully we are on YouTube. If someone could let me know, that would be fantastic. And I might just check over here to see if that's the case. Let's have a look. Hopefully it's working. Let's see. Let me know if you can hear me. Tam Tam, hello. Hi. Can you hear me? Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm just seeing if it is actually live on there, checking the platforms. Hold on. And I have it live there. So yes, fantastic. We are live on there. I just need, oh, you can hear me. Wonderful. So I really just wanted to drop in and say hello to everyone because I have been absent for a little bit from here. And there's been a lot going on in the interim. We are, for those people just joining us, I can see the numbers going up. Cavy Central is here in Sydney, Australia. And we have been in lockdown now for 11 weeks. I think this is our 12th, actually. I've lost track. So we are in a very severe lockdown and things are quite serious here at the moment. So we're just taking things day by day. The shelter opted to lockdown because we are, I just felt it was the safest thing that we could do in light of our volunteers and in light of people who would come with adoption in mind, because with guinea pigs, it's so hands-on in terms of holding and nursing and passing animals between people that I really wanted to make sure that that was absolutely safe for everyone involved. So we have actually got a shelter with over 100 animals here, 100 piggies, and you can see a lot of them behind me. And yeah, it is very full on. So yeah, lockdown itself means that we cannot go anywhere. The only reasons for leaving here are to actually go and get guinea pig items or, you know, items that we need for the shelter. Hello, Alexis. How are you? Do you? I thought the US did take it seriously. I'm not sure, but it's quite serious here at the moment. So we're just, yeah, we're in a cycle of lockdown. We even have curfews here. Apparently we have one of the most severe lockdowns that has been applied anywhere in Australia, I believe, perhaps in the world, I'm not sure. But we do have curfew times as well. So it's fairly strict, which is, look, it's good. Hopefully it won't be too long and we'll start to move out of things. It's going to be a while. They've actually said today that October looks to be like it will be the worst that's yet to come. We haven't even gone through September. So let's just wait and see. But yeah, in terms of the shelter, we're here, we're busy. We've got, yeah, a lot happening, which is good. We also have a significant impact on people who have guinea pigs and the care of the guinea pigs at the moment that's available to them. So lots of vets have actually closed their doors or restricted appointments, or will only see people within their local government area, or what we call an LGA. So if you're wanting, whoo, sorry, I bumped some grass. So if you're wanting to see an exotic vet that is usually, because they're not in every suburb, but if you're wanting to see one in a suburb that's, you know, some way away from where you are in Sydney, depending on the LGA, the local government area that you're in, you may or may not be able to do that. And there are reasons for seeking help that is approved and some that aren't. So there's lots and lots of rules and restrictions going on. At the same time, we've actually got some exotic vets like Camden Exotic Vet who have chosen to close their door for 3 months. So we have no exotic vet in Camden at the moment. So people really are restricted in terms of their care and help that they can get. A lot of them are relying on regular local vets as opposed to exotics. And, we've had a bombardment of questions and need for help in that area. So if you do have issues, I'd encourage you to jump into our Facebook group, which has a large membership there, and we have a lot of volunteers that monitor that and can help with different questions and answers, or we can point you in the right direction. And certainly if you have questions in relation to what vets may still be operating or not, then also, there's a good community in there that can help you. So I hope everyone's staying safe and well out there. Hi, Mary. How are you? Tam Tam says, how you catch COVID? We have not got COVID, but we do have it here in Australia. It's around the world. So, it's around the world. But we have, as a result, chosen to have the shelter here in lockdown. So that's what's happening. We are in the next week or two going to have some changes where we can do some no contact adoptions. And likewise, we've got some urgent surrenders that also need to come in. We've had urgent surrenders in the last few weeks that have come in. Hi, Jake. Hello. And, they've come in for various reasons, but we have an absolute list of people wanting to surrender as well as adopt that we will be in contact with you very soon. How are you all faring out there? Do we have anyone in Sydney who's online at the moment? And I know I'm going on very late here. It is like 12:30 midnight. Over 100 Tam Tam. So we have, it's over, it's midnight, 12:30 here. And the reason I've decided to go late is that we have such a big international audience, both in Europe, the UK, as well as America, that this seems to be a time zone when I can catch lots of you at different points. So I thought I'll just come on here. There have been videos being uploaded onto the channel. I hope you've been seeing those, and I thank you for your support in sharing them and having them go to different people. They do help people, which is great, and that's what they're designed to do. And there'll be a whole lot more coming your way very soon. So Tam Tam has a bank holiday Monday. Lucky you. Lucky you. That's awesome. You can see lots of the piggies in the background here. We have over here, these are lab piggies. We had a massive number of them come in right before lockdown. We had over 60 guinea pigs come in, and at that time we had a lot of adoptions occurring as well. So we had a real juggle happening, and we're just doing a bit of a catch up now because we had I've had a lot personally going on where I've had to step back from things and just maintain the shelter here for a while, and it's good to be back with you. So I have missed you all. No work today, Tam Tam? Look at you. You might have seen me just knock this off. So little pots of wheatgrass. If you haven't grown any wheatgrass, there's a video on that will show you how to do it. But I'm just about to share this out with some of the smaller groups of 1s and 2s. We'll have this in a moment. We have lots of them here. Lots and lots that I'll be popping out around the area. Would you like to see some of the little ones? Maybe I'll show you the last surrender that we had come in. It was an urgent surrender. These guinea pigs were actually dumped in a park, and thankfully a lady walking her dog found them in a box, and she rushed them to Camden Vet, as it happens. Camden's an exotic vet, and they had 1 day left before they were closing their doors for 3 months. So for those of you that have missed the start of this live, we have vets here who have actually closed their door for a number of months due to what is presently going on here in Sydney. And they are an exotic vet. They're a teaching vet as well. So they're attached to one of the universities. So, it'll be nice when they reopen, but it'll be a few months away. So anyway, these piggies were then Ubered up here. We got them into the shelter, and I've been looking after them. So let me go and get some for you. Look at this little cutie. This is one of the babies. If you saw the original footage, you'll realize how much she's grown now. Isn't she cute? But she's one of the little ones that was dumped. So a little family of 5. And the boys have been separated from the mum and the bub. This is the little girl. And, yeah, we'll shortly be looking for homes for them. And names as well. We can think of names for them, which is great. Hey. You can hear that barking. That's next door, over past the fence lines. Has anyone been struggling to see a vet? Jake, Sunday was my birthday. Happy birthday, Jake. And sadly, 2nd anniversary of my picture passing. So Sister Esther got some extra time cuddled. Oh, wonderful. I think I saw that in our forum, Jake. Yes. So that's another important milestone, isn't it? Yeah. Did you have a good birthday on Sunday? Hopefully you got to enjoy that a little bit. I don't think you're in lockdown where you are at the moment. You let me know. Yes, the prices at the vets have gone up, Tam, and the bigger problem is being able to get an appointment. So even with local vets, I've heard of instances where guinea pigs can't be seen for a week. And as you know, things can happen so quickly that they need immediate care, and simply people can't get in to see them. So there's a lot of people struggling at the moment with that because of the difficulty right now. And honestly, that's where the forum helps, the group helps. So, jump into our Facebook group, the Cavy Savvy Guinea Pig Community. I'll pop the link down there after, and then it's accessible. But if you're not in the group, jump over there, and you can certainly ask any questions. We can see how we can help you in the interim. Yeah, it's a very difficult time in lots of ways. Yeah. So this little sweetie needs a name. She's rather cute, isn't she? Okay, Jake. Wasn't bad. Got some things. It just came out. Well done. Well done. Excuse me. I think I need a glass of water. It is very late. So hopefully I've updated you with a few things. There will be a lot more to come in the next few weeks. And Jack, just a mum, hello. It can just take up to 3 weeks to get an exotic vet in Los Angeles area. Yeah, absolutely. I was just explaining a lot of the exotics here. Camden Vet have closed down for 3 months, and that's a huge coverage and a huge area that they cover. They're now not available. So we have a lot of things going on like that. Alexis, I've never seen a guinea pig that was not cute. Neither have I, Alexis. You're quite right. Yeah, absolutely. They're super cute. Yeah, thank you. For those of you that may not know, Turtle was a beautiful little guinea pig that we had in care for several months, about 3.5 months, and Turtle passed about a month ago. It was very questionable about what would happen with her, and if you watch the video on the Turtle update, you'll see that. And so, yeah, you'll be able to see her. Yeah, she was a sweetheart. She had a lot of struggles. Hello, Dawn. Thankfully, vets in Florida are still working. They all wear masks, but gutted. Let's pop your comment up there, Dawn. Dawn. Whoop, here we go. Dawn. daughter's 10-pound Malta poo ate the pill. It was a long afternoon night. He wasn't expected to leave. I think, oh, okay. So you managed to get into the vet, which is good. Fantastic. Yeah, there's a lot of difficulty with people here. I'm sorry you've got doggies barking next door. They're on the far side of the shelter here. It's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning. They're thinking, what's going on? So they've gotten out of sync with this. How do I get that off screen now? Oh, I'm not sure. There we go. Got rid of it. Yeah. Everyone's wearing masks here. It's actually illegal to go outside without a mask on. So you cannot go anywhere out of any house or premise without a mask on. We're on very strict lockdown provisions where only one person from a household can leave. And we're down to all work, which is just essential workers can work. Now with adoption centres, this is really interesting because animal adoptions can continue, but the ruling is really, I believe, established for larger groups like RSPCA that have a facility that is more restricted, set hours, has different volunteer staff moving in and out. So for a small rescue like Cavy Central, even though we're very large in the guinea pig community, we're the largest that exists in the Southern Hemisphere, in terms of how it's connected to our household and, you know, being attached to that has other implications. So I think it's much safer to have gone down the path that we have done, because if anything happens to our family or to myself, it will impact the animals that are here. Most definitely. And my utmost concern is that Cavy Central and the animals stay absolutely safe and well. So on that basis, we've actually stopped adoptions because we just don't want that. The other thing is with adoptions of cats and dogs, probably more so dogs, you can hand them over by the way of the lead. But in terms of guinea pigs, there's a lot of up close and personal nurturing and checking that you can hold them and helping with that we really take care of with our adoption days. And we can't facilitate that very well with lockdown. So we want to, again, make sure the animals are absolutely safe with that. So we're looking at a few ways of doing that in the upcoming weeks. But in terms of, for example, males that might want to meet individual males, that takes a lot of interaction, and someone needs to be monitoring that, who knows what they're doing and what they're looking for. So it's a bit more complicated. Thanks, Just a Mum. Alex says I was too, definitely. We all were. And, she was being cared for every 6 hours around the clock. So she had a lot of attention. Hi, Moi. Alexis is in the state of Indiana. We only have 2 exotics. Yeah, they can be difficult to find. Dawn wishes that they had to wear masks. Tam Tam's in the UK. Justin. Oh, hi. Hello, Justin. Hi. Hi. Excuse me. How are you, Justin? Dawn says 2 of my 5 grown children just got over bad cases. Oh, really? Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Dawn, that's very scary. I'm sorry, and I hope that they've recovered well. Look, lots of people are struggling at the moment, and I'm hearing this all the time with people who contact me in relation to guinea pigs. So, as I've mentioned, we've had a lot of emergency cases come in, and I've shown you one of the little girls that was dumped in a park not so long ago. And thankfully, we're in winter here in Sydney, so it's very cold. We're about to go into spring. We're on the verge of that, but you know, they were very fortunate they were found and the weather was cooler, because the last box of guinea pigs we had like that was down at Lemon Grove, and there were 15 in the box and only one was alive at the time they were found because the temperatures were so extreme. So it's just cruel. It's really, really terrible, but I'm glad all of them were fine. They're all here. We will find them homes in due course, and they're good. Justin says I'm pretty good. Been home I know, home every day. It's pretty strange when we say, what are you doing today? And everybody's the same. Everybody's doing the same thing over and over. So, yeah, are we week 11 or week 12, Justin? I can't remember. You know, and some days, because here in the shelter, I do the same thing each day. I'll be cleaning 6 banks every day. But quite often, you know, is this Monday? Is this Tuesday? Which day is it? We have to stay on top of that. I'm sorry, Dawn. Yeah, you only have to do the things that you can. Hi, Marsha. Marsha's in Maryland in the USA. Justin, hope you and your family are doing better. Yeah, thank you, Justin. It was terrible. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I needed that. Yeah, I've been offline for a bit with that. So, yeah, very sad. But yeah, we're things are doing well here in the shelter, which is good. That's Spot moving around, hunkering down. Justin says he's not sure. I'm sure I think we're going into week 12, but it's like, what are we today, Tuesday? We might actually be in week 12 right now. We've been in lockdown a whole long time. So in terms of how we operate here, we don't have adoptions, we don't have surrenders coming in, we don't have, funding in any way coming through. So this is all happening in the background, the care of these animals. So we might look at some way of creating a sponsorship. If you've got any ideas, pop them up on the screen there, because I'd love to hear them. But certainly we've got ongoing vet costs. We've had a guinea pig have some surgery just 2 weeks ago, so that still takes place. Alexis, I've doubled up on preventative care due to a few vet appointments. Yeah. You mean to see them in the hope to prevent something, or so you're booking them in advance? Is that what you mean? For those people just joining us, it is difficult to see vets at the moment. I'm fortunate here that I really do know vets very well, and we have good connections for the rescue. But, you know, if you haven't seen a vet or you're trying to get in to see them, it's really quite difficult. And some of them, like Camden, have shut down for 3 months. You know, that's a quarter of the year they've decided to close their door. So no exotic vet in Camden for 3 months. That's enormous. Thank you, Marsha. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a hard time. So I've just needed a bit of my own space for a bit. But I've got lots about to come your way. And, I've been able to pop through a few videos that you've seen, which have been recorded a little while ago and have built sort of in the background. And there's another one coming out early in the morning in the next few days. But I'm going to start doing a few interactive things that will also help you, because so many people have questions about what might be occurring with their guinea pigs and how to manage it. Alexis, I've been doing more preventative care at home because vet appointments are hard to get. Yeah, definitely. If you can stay on top as much as possible with guinea pigs. We had a question today on using barrier creams in terms of guinea pigs that might have urine scalding. And, questions like that are coming up all the time. You can use, for example, barrier cream to help with that so that they can then get better. But the underlying issue is what's causing it. So it's sort of two-pronged, because you've got to look at how to treat it, which is using the barrier cream, but then what is actually occurring that's going on that is causing that. And, so there's often two things. And that preventative measure that you're talking about, if you can take care of that before it happens, that's great. you'll not have to go to the vet as much. Just a mum. So you're also seeing the vets preventatively, just a mum? Yeah. If you have any questions while I'm here, feel free to fire away as well. Yeah. And yeah, so in terms of piggies, piggy cases, we have a lot to update you with. There was a severe bumblefoot girl, Justin, you'd be aware of her. I just wanted to do an update on her in the next few days. I will, and show people how that can, you know, go back to something virtually normal, which is great. So we'll have an update on that in the next few days. Just trying to think, there's a few girls that came in completely hairless with mange and fungal. So they were actually in the lawn video on Facebook. Anyone who saw that a couple of days ago, they've got their fur back and they were out on the lawn and enjoying that, which was great. But yeah, there's quite a few little cases to update you with. Some of the boys, 2 cute boys as well, that came from the rescue, which was out west, which was a bird, basically like a massive bird breeding pen. And I ended up on Ventolin myself in rescuing them. It was really, everything was airborne. It was pretty frightful. So if you go back, you can see a video on that. Just check out the rescue videos. There's a playlist for rescue videos, and you can see the one that's all, it looks like it's black and white, but that's actually color. That's how bad it was. But the 2 little fellows from that, they're just adorable, and they're looking for a home, but they're absolutely gorgeous now. So those guinea pigs were so terrified, so silent, and yeah, they're just gorgeous. So we've got a lot to update you with that's been happening in the background with rescues past and different things. There's a buzzing around in here behind me, aren't they? They're gorgeous. Lexus, I've been giving more antifungal baths, cleaning cages more than twice a week instead of once, keeping a larger supply of ivermectin, cutting down on certain veggies like cilantro. Yeah, I find that piggies don't like cilantro as much. We call that coriander here in Australia, cilantro for the USA, but it's not one of the most favourite herbs that piggies like. Basil, for example, they'd love, I think, a bit more so, or parsley. But, you know, all of them have their different values in vitamins and so on. And can anyone grow coriander or cilantro? Does anyone grow it? I have one area that I can grow it, and if I try anywhere else, I fail dismally. I don't have a lot of time to do gardening, but that's the only area I can grow it in. So it must just be the lucky spot or something. Justin says my boys like cilantro, but they prefer parsley. Yeah, I often find it's parsley or basil over it. Cilantro is like the 3rd choice. Yeah, definitely. Dawn, I've been feeding my 2 boys their veggies twice a day, about 10 a.m. and 5:30. I use a mix of 4 to 5 veggies each time, and in total they get about 1.5 cups a day. That's great. Yeah, fabulous. So an adult guinea pig needs roughly 1 cup of veggies per day. That's sort of a minimum, and that can be veggies or grass, because grass is also very high in vitamin C and other nutrients. So if they're getting that fresh component of 1 cup per day, then you're doing really well. If they get a bit more than that, that's awesome. And of course, being in the USA, Dawn, I'd imagine your piggies are much larger. So piggies here tend to be around 1 kilo to 1,200. But in the US, they tend to be way bigger, like up double that, or way, way bigger. What's the weight of your average piggy, Dawn? Hi, Janet Mary Timothy. Just a mum says she's growing it. And bell peppers, yes, yarrow, parsley, tomatoes, dandelions, and fennel for my 3 piggies. Excellent. They love it. We have a load of fennel here at the moment. And the other one we have is radicchio at the moment. So they're enjoying radicchio. Has anyone tried that? Do you know what radicchio is? Let's see who's the first to tell me what radicchio is. You can only get it here at one time of the year, which happens to be right now. The piggies are loving it. Excellent. Good. Good, good. Dawn goes out, cuts the grass. Fantastic. It's the, look, honestly, as much as we can provide for them with vegetables we purchase from the shops, they are foraging ground-based animals, and grasses are their natural food. So if you go out and cut it, fantastic. Brilliant. Alexis loves fennels. It's a cold weather. Lettuce. That's right, just a moment. Excellent. Okay, who can tell me what color radicchio is? You can always tell what color it is. It's like a cabbage, Alexis says. Yeah, it is. It is a type of cabbage. Yeah. Red. Yay, just a mum. You're on top of it. Excellent. So our piggies right now are enjoying radicchio as well, and fennel. They love them both. And it's the time for it. Fennel we can pretty much get all year round, but radicchio is really only at this time of year. And if you haven't tried it with your guinea pigs, you know, it's a great treat. They love it. It's something different. It's crunchy, and they really do like it. So it's about so big, great big round red lettuce. There's actually a video coming out with me feeding all the piggies, so you'll see that shortly. JC, hello from Boston, Massachusetts. Such a long way away. Can't wait till we can all travel again. Oh my goodness, can't wait. Is anyone looking forward to that? Round the world ticket, I think. That would be good. I'll come and visit you all. Where should I go first? Where should I head first? Baseball size, just, oh really? They're only tiny ones. Okay. So radicchio there is about baseball. So that's tiny, tiny, like this big. Yeah, ours are seriously this big. They're like my head size. Not quite my head, that big. Yeah. Justin says, I want food outside my suburb. I don't blame you. Neither do I. Justin, I'll come see you. When this is all over, I'll just head down the road. We can't do any of that at the moment. I'll go to Penrith. I know. It seems so strange. I know a lot of you aren't in lockdown at the moment, but we are. We've been 12 weeks in lockdown. That's, months and months we've been here. And it's been a hard lockdown. Netherlands, Karina, yes. Yeah, so we all want to get out. It's going to be a while longer. Our numbers are really not good at the moment. So they're telling us October's going to be worse. So, everybody do the right thing. Get us out of this a lot faster. That would be great. We should do another open day in Penrith. It was a lot of fun, and we met so many people out there. Absolutely. I'd like to do one on the south side as well. So we've got people asking down there. So we'll put that all together later. I know, JC, it really does. So we haven't had volunteers here, and they're so keen. They're all missing coming here and missing our gatherings. I'm in touch with lots of them, and yeah, it's not been great. No, Justin. No. That's a no. Woo! My screen just went crazy. Hold on. Let me get you back there. No, not yet. They've also had issues with being able to get access to them, depending on where you are. So, yeah. Actually, came across something really fascinating, Justin, today. I will send that to you later because I think Angel would really like to read it. So I'll send it to you. Yeah, so we've got a difficult time, but yeah, it's not been easy with everything here. Yeah, a lot has happened, has changed. The main thing that we're fortunate with is that most of the piggies generally are stable with their health issues and quite good. So that's the main thing. Yeah. Well done, Alexis. Yes, I'll send it later, Justin. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. So piggy-wise, we will... There's a few different ideas that I have that we'll be kicking on with in the next few weeks. Quite interactive ideas to help you if you've got issues with piggies that you want help with. So I'll let you know about that shortly. And we've got some other, I need to get some other help ideas on board for Cavy Central in terms of the animals and the numbers we have here, because it looks like we're hunkering down for a long time at the moment. So yeah, I've got a few ideas with that as well. If you have any others yourself, please pop them down below. If anyone's watching this on the replay after, you also need to put the comments in the comment section underneath, because it's only people who are on here live with me right now can actually chat with me right now. So that's for the benefit of people who watch after. That often happens. So has anyone had any piggy emergencies in the last month or two? Any piggy emergencies? Hopefully not. It's good if you haven't. That's great. We've had a couple, like with Turtle was one, but we've had a couple. But we've been fairly lucky here. So that's good. Good. All yours are well, Justin. Excellent. Yeah. You're working from home as well, I take it? Justin, Mum, 3 broken front teeth all at one time, down to the gum line, but recovered. Well done. Yeah. It's a bit frightening when that happens, especially if you're a first-time guinea pig owner and you don't know what to do. But it's really good. They've regrown and re-eating again. Good, Alexis. Touch wood. Touch some wood so that you'll stay that way. Yeah, because it always seems, I don't know if it's true with everyone else, but certainly here, it seems to be the middle of the night when I need help. So off to Sash or someone, it's like, oh my goodness. Yeah, late night calls that happen. Justin working from home. Nibbler likes to watch me. Oh, that's really cute. Yeah, that's really good. The 3 boys, we've got, you may know Snowy was one of my guinea pigs who was well and truly over 10 years. He was probably closer to 11. He passed away maybe 3-4 months ago now. And his buddy Nip, I then put with my 2 other boys, Brain and Pinky, as a trio. And there's a big video on them where we had the live stream running for about 4 days, and you can go and see them. They're still going fantastic. They're just wonderful. So they were also out on the grass time yesterday, I think, because I do half the shelter in one lot, half in another. But yeah, they were out yesterday. Janet Mary, we lost little Howe and Wade and Hogo and Rachel. Oh, yeah. It's really sad, isn't it? I'm sorry. That's no good, Jake. That's not good. Hopefully it's slow growing and nothing sinister. Brain is definitely the boss of that group, Justin. He is, and the others, when he does his crazy little antics, they literally just shake their head and go, oh, just okay. He gets his way all the time. Thanks, Alexis. Yeah. Yeah, it happens. And yeah, so they're doing really well, that trio, really well. And I think they've gotten used to Brain now. They just let him have his way. He does okay. Yeah, definitely. Now, I have got a little bit of feeding and things I need to do here and checking. So I might busy on with that, leave you looking at some piggies behind. Rachel's not too bad, actually, Alexis. A lot of people say it is, but honestly, it's yeah, typically we don't have issues with it. If they're on a big amount, because the dosage is 0.2 mils per kilo here, and they can actually go up to 0.4. So if they're on 0.4 twice a day, that's a very high level of antibiotics. So it's more about the amount of it, more so than the actual medication. But Baytril, we find, is generally very good for them. Yeah, not many issues. Yeah, probiotics. There's probiotics are one of those very grey areas. Years ago, 15, 20 years ago, when probiotics were first being introduced to guinea pigs, it was common that you would do their course of antibiotics and then you would do a course of probiotics, because the antibiotics actually kill off the gut bacteria, all of it, the good and the bad, and then the probiotics reintroduce the good. So that was the process back then. Now, what is more common is that you will do it interchangeably. So you'll give the antibiotic, perhaps it's a morning dose once a day, and then in the evening you'll give the probiotic. Or if you're doing it twice a day, you'll do 6 hours apart. So you might do the antibiotic, then the probiotic, then the antibiotic, then the probiotic. So you're interchanging and mixing them much more frequently. And that tends to be the process. Alexis, yeah, you can use Benibac as the probiotic. You can, Protextin is another one that's really common. There's quite a few of them. You can even actually use the Inner Health Plus for humans, but in a measured smaller quantity, but it's very expensive. So there's lots of combinations for that. Yeah. Okay, Jake, excellent. And in terms of the antibiotic, it also depends what it's being administered for, because we would treat a respiratory infection very differently to let's say, a wound injury that's infected on the leg. So, different antibiotics could be involved there, or something like Campylobacteria would require something different. So it depends what it is being treated as to what the most suitable antibiotic is. Oh, right. Hi, Alexis. I didn't realize you were one and the same. Okay. Excellent. If you want to get your piggy, you can actually join me on here. Do you want to do that? Alexis just messaged me. Yeah, if you want to show me what's going on, I can actually take a look on here. I can send you a link so that you can do that. Yeah, or if you want to ask on here, happy to answer questions. Dawn, my two boys have been together for 6 months, and I wouldn't say they are bonded. They just live in the same 2x6 and stay on opposite sides, no fights, but real friendship. Okay, is it normal? Actually, guinea pigs, as a general rule, don't like to be on top of each other. And a lot of people have the misconception that two guinea pigs, when they really love each other, are happy to be side by side all the time. It's simply not the case. They're a bit like us when we mature. We tend to like our own body space around us as well. So they may be happy to eat out of the same bowl, move around together. If there's food together, they'll nibble together. But when it comes to actually sleeping, they might be in two separate little beds. That's perfectly fine. They're perfect. They're not fighting. They're happy. They're moving around. They'll interact when they want to go apart. That's a happy little dynamic to have. So, yeah, Dawn, very, very good. Things that you would look at as not being happy would be teeth chattering, biting, leading to fighting, leading to territorial behaviour where one can prevent another from eating, those sorts of behaviours. Oh, are they? Which ones are doing it? Down here? Down. They're all eating. Can hear Harley out there. Oh, woof, woof, woof. Harley. Harley and Lily, they're next door. They never walked. Poor little doggies. On my left, over here, these are the lab girls. They're big drinkers. So they're the lab ladies in here. Remember this little fellow? He's one of the ones that you rescued, Justin. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's them. I know. They're normally not out. It's like 1 a.m. in the morning. So they must be locked out. I don't know. I have no idea. Making a lot of noise. But the little grey and white one was one of the ones that was dumped at Currajong. Up there. Little D6 boy. He still needs a name. He has been here for maybe 8 months. Oh, must be about 8 months. 6 months, 8 months. And we've still got some Charlotte Rescue Piggies here. And they have been in care now for over 1 year. So we do have some piggies that have been here for a while. Yes, that's right. Yeah, so the little grey and white one that you'll see up there. Am I pointing the right? Yeah, here, this cage. You'll see the grey and white one in there. That's one of the males, D6 males, and he's in with 3 little females up there. Different rescuer. Yeah. Super, super cute. Yeah, most of the lab girls are here. We had over 60 of them surrendered right before lockdown, and we probably had 10 of those find homes literally in the week before. My goodness, right before we shut down, we had adoptions happening within 1 hour of when the lockdown time was. It was something like 6 p.m., 5 p.m. We had adoptions still happening. So it was the craziest lead up into the lockdown window. But yeah, and then we've had things kept stable since then. So if you have reached out to us for adoptions, we will be in touch with you in the next week or so. I have not been able to do that because of personal reasons. I've had to take some time away myself and just deal with looking after the animals. And yeah, I will be in touch with you shortly, and we'll look at what we can do with regard to that. I'll pop some of the wheatgrass in there. They could probably have the big tray. Should we give them a big tray down there? You can watch them. Let's see. We'll give them one of these. We're going to absolutely take all of this real quick. Let's put a couple in there. Hold on. Get another one. Lay that one down. Maybe that way. All right. Got a couple laying down there. You might be able to see them. See them munch away at it. Oh, well, there you go. They pulled it over, taken it away. See, they love it so much. If you haven't grown wheatgrass before, definitely do that. They love it. Love it. These are our big trays. They're about to go in. These are the big ones. So big, big, big trays. Probably should have popped that one in there. Would have been better. Yeah. We've answered all the questions there. Alexis, if you let me know, maybe she's on here. There we go. Send that off. Yeah, dandelions, Alexis, are one of the highest, most nutritional grasses that you can give them. Dandelions are easy to come across, and in some countries, they can be enormous. Here, you know, I think it's fantastic if I find some that are really large, but typically the leaves are like this big, not very big. But in the UK, you know, 6-8 years ago when I was there last, the leaves were this big. They were huge, just fantastic. I was in love with the dandelions I was finding as I walked around. They were absolutely monstrous. So, yeah, depending on where you are, your dandelion leaf size can change, but they're really, really brilliant. If your guinea pigs, as well, this is another trick. If your guinea pigs are not used to a particular food item, be it dandelions, it's a natural food for them, but they're not used to it, you still need to introduce it. So don't just overload them with it. Let them have little bits of it. And as they have more and more of it, they will adjust to that. Their gut will adjust, and you won't end up with them having diarrhea or anything like that. The grass that you can see in the background here is actually a new one, and there's a video coming out on this because it's a new grass that you can get here in Australia at the moment, and it's only seasonal. But let me see if I can pull some up. I'll share it with you. Justin, you may have seen this or not. I'm not sure. So here we go. Have you seen this before? You can hear them all saying, yes, 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 we want some. This is called shaftul. Shaftul. And it is a combination of grassy hay with some clover in it. So it's actually, you can probably, there's a clover. That's a clover in there. But they absolutely love it. They'll devour it. And it's a really nice grass to feed them in winter, which we have here. We're about to go into spring. But it has a little bit higher fat content in it. So in terms of weight ratio and how you can help them dietarily through winter, it's nice for them. So, yeah, that's called shaftul. So I'm going to do another story on that. It'll be a video so everyone can catch it later. And specifically on hay types, because there's lots of hays that you can give them, and you've probably never heard of that one, but it's we get it by the bale. No, I grew them, Justin. I grew them. Yes, I grew them. I did those. Showing off my skill as a gardener, everyone, which isn't very great because I just don't have time. But I did literally. I have a it's an old bird cage, which is, I call it the telephone booth because it literally is a bit like a really big telephone booth. But I have covered it in a very hard-wearing plastic, and I call it my greenhouse. And so I put little seeds and things in there that I want to look after. But anyway, I have trays and trays and trays because we can't get this in at the moment. So I constantly just put them in there, load it up, and then every few days I bring it up here to the shelter, and we've got all of the fresh items here. So it's a big job, big job. But yes, I have proudly done that myself, Justin. Okay. Alexis, with your problem, if this is a question that's been in our forum group, when people have issues with fungal, and your guinea pig had fungal on the ears and so forth, treat for both fungal and mites. And the reason is that they usually go hand in hand together. Now, mites are microscopic, so you'll never see them, but guaranteed they've had an impact on the animal, because the natural process when they've got fungal that's becoming severe, their immune system is breaking down, and mites find that very easy to come on board. So treat for both. And that's why we always it's far easier, treat for both, and you're going to then protect your animal, and you'll find that they rebound twice as fast. So that's why you need to undertake that, Alexis. If you have another question, just pop it up or text me down here. Yeah. So you're saying there was a fungal shampoo that didn't require a vet prescription. Malaseb. You can purchase Malaseb. If you're in the US, you may not be able to get Malaseb. So what you can purchase is an anti-dandruff shampoo for humans, and you can use that. It's not as effective as Malaseb, but it will do what you need it to do. So just go for an anti-dandruff shampoo. And with that, you can also, I'll send you the link after, but there is a video that I have on treating I think it's called Do Mites Bury Deeper. So look that one up. If anyone can find that and put the link in the comments, that'd be great. But it's called Do Mites Bury Deeper. If you take a look at that one, Alexis, and the way that I use coconut oil, it's coconut, what would you call it? Cream. It's not oil, it's the solidified coconut. It's too late for me to think at this time. Have a look at the video. But that will actually, it has antifungal properties in it. It's not as good as an antifungal shampoo, but given that your severity on your animal is very low, it will actually do what you want to do. So I would suggest you do that first, and then you use an anti-dandruff shampoo, rinse completely off, and then mite treat, and you'll find that you get on top of it all. Okay. Just a mum. You can get Myconazole shampoo. Excellent. Yeah, Myconazole. That's another one then. Excellent. I think you've got to order that online, though, where she was wanting one she could just go downtown and get. Can you get it through the shops? Just a mum? Do your pet shops carry that? Because if they carry it, then you'll be able to go and get it. But that is a popular one in the US. Here in Australia, Malaseb is just brilliant. It's designed specifically for it. Okay, excellent. If you can get that then, Alexis, go for that as the shampoo, because that will certainly do it. Yep. Yeah. Oh, really, Karina? Oh, that's terrible. You know, we had I've got some here, critical care. Let's have a look. Critical care. There's a video on how to make supportive food that I've got. You don't have to purchase this. You can actually make your own. So, but if you do have critical care, access to it, that's really quite handy for convenience. But one of the problems here is that they're now allowing that only through vets, so you can't get it as readily. And that's another reason why I created the video. So regardless of where you are, you can actually create a food source for your animal. You don't have to have that product. You can keep them going. So check out that video. Oh, it's tear-free and can be used on the entire head and face. Yeah. The problem with head and face, just a mum, is that people who are inexperienced with bathing guinea pigs, if you get that near their nose and they breathe it in, they will aspirate that and they will die from it. So it's extremely dangerous to do so. Most guinea pigs, when they're in a state of extreme mite mange fungal condition, they are so in pain to even touch. They can, you've got to get on top of that before you even look at trying to bath them. So for an inexperienced person, we don't recommend that you put their face in the water because the risk of aspiration is too great. So you'll see in the videos where we just do smaller movements in smaller areas and get on top of it that way. Just something to be careful with for anyone that's doing that for the first time. Likewise, people who want to bath their guinea pig, you see these cute videos where guinea pigs are just sitting in the water and people are lovely giving them baths and it's all calm and lovely. If your guinea pig has never had a bath, that's not the experience you'll have first time. Oh, thanks, Marsha. Thank you. So, yeah, if you take a look at that one there, Alexis, that link on that video, then it'll walk you through what to do. So, yeah, with bathing guinea pigs, if you've never bathed them yourself for the first time, there's another video link on how to hold a guinea pig if you're going to bath them, because the grip that you use is actually really important, because that's how you control the animal. So if it does panic, it's not going to wind up flipping around and getting water in the wrong place and running the risk of aspiration. So that's just something to be mindful of. Yeah. Didn't think of that. Mum of 5 kids, so it came natural to me to be, be careful around the nose. Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people don't know about that. And because they've just got, guinea pigs do not have the ability to regurgitate. They can't vomit. So if they breathe something in, it's not going to have another way of coming out. So the chance of aspiration is extremely high with these animals. It's very, very risky. So you do need to take that carefully, calmly, be able to hold them well, feel comfortable in what you're doing so that you can keep it safe. Definitely. Yeah. Their safety is paramount. Yeah. Super, super cute. Oh, I'm getting tired. That's the coconut oil. For that video. It's just a solid form. It's really, really useful. How many guinea pigs do you have? It's a common number out there. Does anyone have more than 5? Ooh, we have, with over 100 in care here, just the cleaning every day is massive. So it's constant. And you need to stay on top of that with guinea pigs so that they're always on a clean substrate. Like you can see down in here, these are shavings. Where are we looking? Down here. And these are the ones that are eating. They've dragged it right around, haven't they? But making sure that their substrate's always clean and dry. You have 8, Justin, I know. You have quite a little group. It's wonderful. Karina says, let's pop you up here, Karina. Karina, I saved the dust that's left over in an empty bag of pellets. Not sure how it shows up the rest of the comment there. Oh, I saved the dust that's left over in an empty bag of pellets for when they're ill, mixed with some water, and it's just like critical care. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. The problem with that is that when you add the water, it tends to be a thick paste. But if you have an animal that's really unwell that you need to have a more hydrated level with, there needs to be more water, and then you'll notice the water separation with it. And that's where the other items that you add to it tends to make it a bit bit more gelled together. Yeah. But effectively, it comes down to a good blender, you know, being able to blend it and break it down to something that's really good. For animals that have things like vitamin C deficiency or, you know, there's other components like a vitamin E that we can add. We can actually build that into the critical care food too. Hi, crazy lazy piggies. Hello and welcome. Justin says he's at his limit with 8. 8 keeps you busy. I can imagine all the time you're having with them at the moment, Justin. That would be a lot, which is good. They'll be getting lots of pampering. That's a good thing. Crazy Lazy Piggies has 4 energetic little girls. Jojo Momstar, hello. Who you calling crazy? I know, we're all crazy piggy people here, aren't we? Yeah. Absolutely. They're awesome animals, awesome pets. Actually, something funny happened yesterday, and I'll have to say hello to them if they're watching tomorrow. But I had lots of them out because I take them out to grass time constantly while I do the cages. So I'm doing 6 banks. So I'll pop them out on grass time, and we had some neighbours from a kilometre away who were riding bikes, and they spotted them, and a little girl just went, wow, look at all these guinea pigs, look at them, aren't they amazing? And it was almost like Christmas for her and the family. They were just amazed to come across, you know, because we are all in lockdown and everyone's at home, you don't get to see anything. And of course they came across, you know, the guinea pig crazy lady with all the guinea pigs. And so it was really sweet. So we were chatting across a big field of grass, and it was just lovely. But they got a bit of a buzz seeing these gorgeous animals and learning a bit more about them. And yeah. So it was rather cute. Justin says they don't want my company, they just want the food. You've got to keep the fridge door out of sight if you can. Keep that away. All I have to do is move here. If I do this, listen, can you hear them? You hear them? There we go. Rattle, rattle. I'll start them all off. They're not too hungry at the moment because they've been fed once. But and they're hungry, my goodness. Little herd of birds. Just Mum says she can't open the screen door. Yeah, they sometimes really wootle away, don't they? When you make a sound, they just want attention straight away. Justin says they have their own fridge near their cage. Oh, well, you can't hide it from them then, can you? Because that's no way. They're going to pick it every time. Yep, definitely. Definitely. Oh, dear. Yeah, fresh veggie wise, we're really doing okay here at the moment. It's a lot of work. We're getting it every 2 days. But lockdown last year, the greens were actually really hard to come by. Whereas fortunately, touch wood, hopefully we'll continue to be okay at the moment. But they're also talking about now truck strikes and things that have been going on. So we'll just take it as it comes. So see what happens. Karina says, I have 2 at the moment and always room for some fostering. At the moment, all rescues are overloaded with piggies and bunnies. Yeah. So your rescues are all overloaded. We have like a massive list. If I was to show you the list of contacts that I have to reach out to, and I do apologize if you are watching this later and you haven't heard from me, you will in the next week or so, but we have a massive amount to look at and deal with. So it's been very busy. Jojo, they start warbling when I walk downstairs, and when I say no food, they start actually screaming. Yeah, they can get louder and louder for sure. Absolutely. All of mine absolutely love their treats. That's the first thing I do. And I have a little bottle that I think you'll probably see it in the live stream that I did inside in the 4-day one. You'll see me shake a bottle and they all come running for their little treat. So they get that first. They love their oxbow treat or a treat of some sort. It'll be a pea flake, or they love it. They'll take them one at a time. And so I'm getting caught up in the cables here. They love their pea flakes or whatever it is, and they'll just take off with it, each back to their corner, and then I'll put the rest of the food in. So that's their first thing they love, is their little treat. Does anyone make pea flakes? Jake, you were making them before. Do your piggies love them? I don't know whether Jake's still with us or not. Might be. Pea flakes are awesome. I need to make some more, actually. Just reminded myself I need to do some more. Do that for tomorrow. You can see they've probably now taken care of the grass. Let me show you. Have you finished, girls? Let's have a look. There we go. You have. There we go. Look at that. They made quick work of that. I threw it down somewhere. Not good. Let me go and get it. So yeah, that's what happens. So from this to this in a very short space of time. And this will go back out, re-watered. This is actually the second time this one has grown back. The second time doesn't come back as strong, and then the third not quite as strong. But what I find is a neat little trick. You can actually throw a few more seeds in there, and it helps. So you just keep re-sprouting it. So in about 5 days' time, that'll come back in again. Alexa says, I can't get a drink without the weaking, so I give them you give them joint or a urinary cookie. Do you mean the Oxbow urinary cookies, the urinary health ones? I think that's what you mean. You shouldn't be tired reading that. I might read it the wrong way. Hi, Jojo. Good mowing, yeah, absolutely. They don't waste their time, not at all. Dawn says she gives her 2 boys pea flakes and vitamin C cookies every day as she walks by their cage. They get used to it, don't they? They absolutely know their routine and they know what they want. Yeah. For me, I have them it's a really tall jar, so it's like this big, but I shake it. Again, you'll see it in that video where it's inside with the boys. You'll see me shake it and they'll come running. They know when I've got that it's pea flake or treat time. I've got all the oxbows in that. And they love it. It's nice to treat them too. People often ask, is it good to give them 1 or 2 or 5, or what is the healthy and the right amount? When it comes to a treat like that, I do it once to twice a day. Typically, it's once a day for those for me. Twice a day I would not see as a particular issue. But beyond that, I think it's, you're treating them a bit too much. But then, when you think about how we eat and the treats that we may have, you can liken that to the little treats that they have in their diet that just give them something different to chew on. They love the variety. They really do. They're interested in that. Do you make the vitamin C cookies yourself, Dawn, or are they purchased ones? There's lots of variety out there at the moment. There really is. Another little treat that we use here are these. They're smooshy face. So if you haven't heard of smooshy face treats, they have a huge range of treats, and they absolutely love them. So there's different varieties. There's an apple one that's really popular with the piggies here, but there's such a variety of treats, and you can get one-off treats or little packets like this to share around. So definitely look at the Smooshy range. What else have we got here? These are other ones. These are they're the Timothy ones, I think. What else have I got here at the moment? Just those. Yeah, so they're the Timothy treats. I find these ones, but they're a little bit pellet size. They're a bit small. So I don't know. Does anyone else really love these? Crazy for them? You guinea pigs, those. The ones that I tend to prefer for the guinea pigs are larger. They're in heart shapes or little oval shapes, whereas these are little tiny pellet-shaped ones. So there's lots of Oxbow variety with them, but they're all fantastic. Guinea pigs love them. Dawn says, my boys wouldn't take the liquid vitamin C, so I bought the Oxbow cookies. Yeah, most piggies love the vitamin C liquid. Here in Australia, you can't obtain the vitamin C liquid. You have to order it to get that in. It's funny how different countries have different restrictions, but so that's one of the differences. But here, there's a number of things you can do. One is in a tablet form, and you can actually crush that and add it to water. But better than that is an ascorbic acid that you can get in a powdered form and then sprinkle that on their food, and they'll eat it as they eat their food. So there's a few different ways, and yeah, I might go into more detail on that later. But it just depends where you are, in which country, what you have access to. But that's how here we have access to it. Yeah. Well, it is now nearly 2 a.m. and I've really enjoyed being here with you. So I think that it's time for me to say goodnight and for you to, yeah, maybe go check out one of the video links up above. But if you have any questions after, please pop them down below. And certainly anything you'd like coverage on as well, pop them in the comments, because I do go through your comments and then I can check that all out for you. It's a pleasure, Just a Mum. Good night, Dawn. Sorry, Jojo. So Karina says she gives her vitamin C tablets 50 to 70 milligrams a day. That's common advice from Dutch vets. Yeah, they do get a portion of that from their fresh foods as well. And the food component you cannot measure unless you know exactly how much you're giving and what type. So a capsicum has a different amount, way higher than a lettuce leaf. So that's a tricky one. So, and you're really getting into specifics. Look, a lot of people can get caught up in, it's probably not a good topic to finish on because it's a big one, but let's go for it really quickly. A lot of people get caught up in how much to feed guinea pigs, what's the right amount, the right measures and equations and so on. And there are broad rules that we can give for their care that we go into, and certainly we've got food lists and we've got all of that information. But when an animal comes to rescue, the first thing we see is its appearance, its weight, its structure, and that tells us an awful lot about what it's lacking, what it's not, and where to go from there. So we're not so much concerned about it needing X number of grams of this and X of that. We look at it and we can see its hair is brittle and not shiny, not soft. So its diet is lacking, and then we move it into those shifts. So if you're noticing changes in your animals just visually, then something is not quite right. So time to look at that. Excuse me. So time to look at that. Yeah. Anyway, I'll go into that more detail a bit later, but if you can do the specifics of the 50 to 70, that's awesome. But for most people, it gets hard enough to calculate their own calories, let alone that for their guinea pig. So it's a tough one. Okay, take care, everyone. Thank you for joining me, and I will be seeing you in the next few days really soon. Okay, bye for now.